Welcome to Acquisitions Incorporated, Series 2, Episode 7.
Blasting through these things.
Seven.
I can hear it in the cavern.
Yeah.
The mushrooms speak.
Sorry.
Eat us.
Please continue.
But before we dive in, Anna, would you be so kind as to let us know what has transpired recently?
I would be that kind. Thanks, Chris. So we ended up in another forested-ish type area with a river bisecting it. And there were two wyverns on either side of the river having a staring contest.
Now, were they wyverns? Or
I think they were
perhaps
basilisks.
Basilisks. That's what it
I
was.
don't remember. I'm just asking.
You know, now that you mention it.
Yeah, I think it might
Now
have.
that you mention it.
Well, and even that isn't 100% true, but you'll get there.
Basilisks. Yes. Shooting eye rays at each other. A wobbling curtain of eye ray energy was also bisecting the land. But they were not interested in us. They were interested in their staring contest.
That's right.
And we also learned from a statue who was not quite all the way petrified. He was like in the process of being petrified, but had been in that process for like hundreds of years. Who also was a biter.
Was a biter, yeah.
They'll
come at you.
This is a theme, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really, he was really trying to bite us unprovoked, but let us know that part of the reason for that, well, all of the reason for that petrification was that there were certain plants in this area that when either ingested or inhaled as smoke,
If you will, yeah.
could produce a stoned effect.
Stoned, I get it.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah, so talk to your friend Jeremy about this.
I mean, we got mushrooms now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going through all of them.
They're up in the ante.
The acid caves are next.
Yeah, exactly.
We fought Black Tar that one time. So.
Oh shit!
We did. True. We
Well,
did.
the theme.
Yeah.
So we couldn't cross that field of energy because we quickly found out that anything that did was also turned to stone.
It
Even
actually
weird stuff.
even froze a spell. It froze Mage Hand.
Yeah, it turned
was
a hand
bizarre.
to stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know what? Let's help the basilisks out and get some of that smoke flowing their way. So Certainty and Jim had a whole wind and fire situation that burned
Yeah.
one of the plants,
we did.
blew it toward the basilisk. The basilisk,
We got
How
the
to-
party started.
yeah,
Liked it.
yeah, and then Jim made a nice little psychedelic light show, which the basilisk wanted to follow and look at because they were really feeling it. Turned around the basilisk, so then it changed the direction of the walls. Still didn't really work though. Somehow Jim ended up in the water, and then there were tentacles under the water.
We got tentacles.
Lots
There was
of
frozen
tentacles.
yogurt.
Oh yeah. The dispenser wasn't a gumball dispenser. It was a frozen yogurt dispenser.
Yeah.
It had blue bubble gum and red strawberry, and you could also get swirl, and those would give us different spell
So
abilities.
we all
if
have
we
some
ate it.
spells. Like you have
Yeah.
a wall, right?
I have wall of ice in the chamber.
I got wall of fire in my gut.
And I've got fireball and cone of cold. I could
Right.
choose one of them.
Got
Right.
the double swirl.
And this, I assure you, this is all real. Obviously, Jeremy's not here.
Yeah.
We also have a million gold. And
And we took another long rest.
Oh,
Yes.
we got our experience finally. So
Yeah,
we all
yeah,
leveled
yeah.
up.
all leveled.
Yeah, we leveled up.
so it was a rollicking good
I'm gonna
time.
pick a couple new spells.
Okay, I'm
if
just gonna
that's
stop
okay.
you right there.
There's a lot more.
I mean, yeah, it continues, yeah.
We used a wall of ice to block off the ray from the remaining wyvern.
Really cool.
Did a lot of fun freezing stuff. Fought some really annoying other little scratcher statue.
Bitey guys, yeah.
The statues were really violent. And then we met this lady named Bardovka,
Yeah.
who had snakes for hair and was wearing a blindfold because she said now that the impossibility has taken over, her poor little baby wyverns are having a stone-making staring
They're going
contest.
nuts.
And her eyes now disintegrate things, so that's why she was
Instead of turning them
Okay.
to stone. So
Yeah.
it was a career change for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One that she wasn't really excited about.
No.
Yeah, but she was like blindfolded and like an archer, and it was like
It was
kind of
fresh.
a vibe.
Yeah, she was super
Yeah.
vibey, yeah.
Anytime I see a blindfolded archer, you gotta be like,
No,
Whoa.
my
You're on hard
interest,
mode.
Unless they just miss all the time.
yeah.
my interest
like,
is peaked.
Yeah. Evelyn, we found the place where the obsidian chunk, the
Right.
chunk we wanted to touch, the chunk toucher, was, but we needed to remove it from, a protective glowing orb. Evelyn flew up to just try to grab it, got totally roasted by fire. Ended
This
up,
is another theme.
yeah. And Omen was trying to get in good with Bardovka and was like, "Yo, you can disintegrate things with your eyes. How about we disintegrate the
And I
fire
got this. I
shooters?"
got this idea from Robert Zimmerowski.
Government name.
So Omen was like, "Yo, girl, let me get my arm around you and point you in this direction."
It was like Ghost, but with disintegration.
Yeah. But he was not very good at aiming his girl. So we accidentally murdered 2 other statue people.
I think murdered is a stretch. They were already stoned.
Biting,
And also,
scratching.
we as a stretch, it's more like Omen,
Omen
did.
did. Yeah, I didn't have anything to do with that.
I mean, technically, Bardovka did, and Omen.
Honestly,
was-
Our hands are clean.
Yeah.
Daughter,
Yes.
I've done so well.
You have.
So instead of doing the puzzle, we disintegrated the puzzle and then got the.
I guess that is
I
true.
love the workaround.
Yeah. And then we realized as we were leaving that the basilisk who we had turned toward this waterfall had turned all the water to stone, and it was finally breaking, and all of the flood water and rocks were pouring into this place.
Yeah.
And as we left, it probably was completely destroyed.
Oh,
That
100%. Yeah.
that place is probably not a place anymore in the classic sense. Yeah.
She's just treading water there.
So I hope I hope that we don't see all these people again, because that one's not going to help.
Oh yeah.
It does feel like when the impossibility stones, the impossible starts happening, and then as soon as we rip the impossibilities out after they've been gradually increasing, there's a huge shift
Yeah.
in everyone's reality that
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
hurts if we get to leave.
Long term, it's probably going to be okay there. Nature's going to heal,
Nature will heal. Bardovka may not.
but yeah.
Jim also did grab some of the bud.
Well, after I did take some, but she said that it turns you to stone if you smoke it.
Yeah. But you have it.
I do have it.
Yeah.
If you pass a Constitution check, you just get stoned and not stoned.
Got it.
So keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind.
And Evelyn has 1 hit point because she was death saving and then rolled a nat 20, which never happens. So yeah.
I did it too, actually.
Yes.
Yeah,
the
you did
session
too.
before.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I mean, luckily, obviously that there was a lot of sort of puerile drug content in that previous episode.
Less dick
now that
content,
we've
more drug
entered the
content.
mushroom cavern, hopefully reasonable behavior can prevail.
Yeah.
And with that, after emerging from a magically lit tunnel, which is under here, you can probably see the glow
as hell
coming
is.
out
Ooh.
behind
yeah.
Jim.
See it gleaming.
Yeah.
Yes. You come out into this vast, sprawling cavern, bigger than what is actually shown here, but it's full of all sorts of,
Larger than pictured.
yes, all sorts of fungal life.
And we can eat everything we see.
Yes.
Okay.
And it grows in abundance, but you can see amid the various fungal growths, there's also evidence of decay and death. Some of the taller mushrooms have just sort of died and withered and become sort of desiccated husks.
Like these ones.
A lot of spore
Yeah.
activity.
There's clouds of spores everywhere. And some of the clouds kind of hang there in the air, and others sort of sparkle and glimmer, catching the light. This looks like it may have been the biggest mushroom of them all, but it has
is just
long
the
ago
base.
just sort of decayed and collapsed, and now it's merely the base. And kind of a sickly sweet smell seems to grow stronger the closer you get to it. There's also some mushroom growths that look like they have undergone some impossible turn. These glowing ones are in fact glowing, and there are tendrils
Yeah, man,
sort of
these-
sprouting from the tops of them.
These are mushrooms that have other mushrooms as hats.
Yes.
Very fancy mushroom.
Yeah.
And I'd like everybody to make a wisdom perception check to see if you notice anything through the clouds of spores and the myconid growths, or the fungal growths.
Jim rolled a 1.
I may well.
9 + 1 is 10 for me.
Okay.
11 on dice.
7 + 3 is 10 for me.
5 plus 4 is 9.
Okay.
So none of us are very perceptive.
No, it's just we've been through a lot,
We
obviously.
just came from
Yeah.
the stone.
The
Yeah.
headache
that's
is just
true.
wearing
Yeah.
off.
Give us a second.
Yeah.
You know?
So all seems quiet.
Good. What a comfort. Finally, peace at last.
What a beautiful representation of how without death there is no life, and without life there is no death.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Mushroom people.
Is there a sun? Is it-
You're completely subterranean, and there's nothing resembling
Yeah.
a sun.
so
So
the
it's
only
lit
thing that's
by-
lit is the.
These
the
fun
only light
these
that we
And Jim.
fungoids.
Yeah.
We are
That's right.
soon going to be surrounded by mushroom people.
Oh yeah. There's going to be a musical.
I
Musical number?
didn't
Yeah.
see in my vision if they were friendly or not friendly, but
Okay.
there we
But
are going to be.
But were they,
so
were they
if you-
small?
Yes,
were small.
They're very small. But
Hello,
if you
friends,
might-
mushroom people.
You might want to heal or rest before. Okay.
I could definitely use a sip on a healing potion or a lay on some hands.
Well,
if
here,
somebody
let,
wants
here,
to
let,
do that.
let me
We're laying on hands.
put these hands on you.
I'm
yeah.
at half health.
I have 1 hit point, so
That's worse than me.
Oh,
Evelyn gives herself a little pat,
Okay.
and gives herself.
I have 7 right now.
Well, I was going to say here. No, let me top you up here. Okay.
Can we rest inside this cave that we just came out of?
that's a good idea. Before we,
We
go
keep
anywhere,
trying to
let's
rest. We're not gonna. We're not gonna get to rest.
But it's
Here,
a cave. We can
Before
stay
we
inside.
try to heal, before we rest, which I'm sure will work,
Why wouldn't it?
No,
just
we're
in
not gonna
case,
fucking rest.
let me just drop a little bit of this healing energy.
If you got 7 in you, I could sure use it.
Well, I got 4 for you.
I'll take it.
I mean, I'm gonna use basically all my lay on hands then.
You're just gonna keep laying
Well,
them
no,
on?
I mean I only have 10 points, so it's like if we're not gonna get a rest, I need to use all
It's
of
a
it.
resource, exactly right. So you might as well juice it.
Yep.
I
okay.
heal 7 with my own cure wounds. I do what I always do. I just take some dirt and rub it on it.
Yeah,
I
classic.
use second wind. That's 4. Okay, great.
And I'm not. These healing rolls, they're not zesty. They don't inspire.
Oops.
No, but this rest will.
Yeah, exactly.
These things that look like ordinary trees, by the way, all they are is fungal stalks with mossy growths.
Oh,
that
it's just
that
something
are
else
built
growing
on
on
them.
it. Okay,
Yes,
so
exactly.
We heard you like fungus.
Yeah,
We
no, this
put
is
fungus on your
exhibit
fungus.
emerges from the cavern.
Yeah.
Yep. And when Evelyn goes out, nothing threatening or untoward befalls her.
Yeah.
But
believe
she gets close enough to sort of a patch of mossy ground that has these little insects crawling on, but then they take flight and they light up. Brilliant fireflies in all sorts of dazzling colors. And they just sort of flutter around you playfully. And then they they disappear inside these hollow little cavities or cysts in the
We don't
caps
have
of
to
these
use
mushrooms.
The word cyst.
That makes me itch.
I don't.
Yeah.
How beautiful.
And you see all of these ones here that have the sort of the
full of bugs.
The red caps.
Okay.
They're full of these firefly bugs.
Can I
What's
use?
that? Can I go look at that?
You can't.
Yeah. There's
Can I also nature check
That
to see
looks
if I know anything about
differently-
those bugs?
Different to my eye.
16.
Ooh, that's really
Nature check to see if I know anything about the bugs.
They're like tiny miniature cousins of the fire beetle. So in this size, they're purely harmless and just pretty to look at.
Glow beetles.
When you go
That's right,
over, you can
friends.
see that is a little garden of melons.
Hey.
Sort of wet, slimy green melons.
Okay, I liked it before. but
okay.
Now it seems like they're pretty light.
Maybe they give health.
A garden of melons.
Well, here, I mean, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna get down on my hands and knees.
Why are you on your hands and knees?
You want some of these melons, yo?
Yeah, exactly.
will be-
So this will be a nature check. I just want to see if I know about these.
Sure.
19.
Well, even though these are some, freaky underdark
Yeah, for sure.
things.
The varietal. You know.
Exactly. It looks like that somebody has cultivated this little garden.
Oh, it looks hand done.
It looks hand done, maybe not by human hands.
Yeah,
but
sure.
certainly.
Oh,
And you believe that these melons may have medicinal or helpful properties.
Now we're talking. I say, Jim.
slice one up.
I
What
say,
about the tahini?
I say, Jim, you gotta put your lips on one of these. You're gonna love this. It's very good.
Yeah, I want to pluck up one of these melons. I've got a dagger, so I'll slice a little chunk out,
Yep.
and then
Okay, See?
How's it taste?
You're feeling it.
How does it taste?
You get back 8 hit points.
Oh, it tastes fucking amazing.
Can I have a slice?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I also have a slice.
Everybody's eating
I
it.
take out all my seasonings.
All your spices, you get the whole rack out.
You discover as you start munching on this thing that you have to eat more than half of a melon to get its magical properties.
Oh, so
Each melon is
start
basically
biting.
just
Yeah.
one healing potion.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to partake of a melon, please roll 2d4 plus 3.
Yeah. I am currently at the cap, but I think I will
We
grab
should
a
have
melon.
waited to spend our spell
Yeah.
slots, so we could have just healed up here.
I
but-
only
We didn't
got
know about these
6 though,
fruits.
so that's.
Yeah.
9.
I'm going to try to pack a melon away. I guess we'll see it with the freshness situation.
I was thinking about that, but I mean, on the other hand, these are somebody's melons.
Can we just,
This is true.
Can we just keep
we
eating
stealing?
melons?
Probably.
Yeah.
you
Oh, yeah.
want to?
Big time.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Are we thieves?
Yeah, someone
is
made
thief.
this.
This is
She was like,
safe.
oh, yeah, absolutely.
How can someone own the ground though? That's
They
ridiculous.
don't own it, but they probably they purposely planted this for
Yeah,
their
I mean, we didn't
own-
eat the ground. If we'd eaten the ground, that might be a rich
I'm-
rhetorical playground.
Take-
Someone planted these.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
take 10 gold from my pouch and I put them
I see, just as I taught you
awkwardly
to do.
on
Yes.
the counter. Like,
Just on the dirt right next to
Yeah.
them.
yeah.
Put some soil over it.
That's like all my money too. That's all I have left. I just put all of it
Okay.
down and I'm like,
Can I finish the other half of my melon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Try to get more.
You don't get more healing by finishing the other half of your melon.
No.
but you need to eat at least half to get the first.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So eating
if
more
you-
melons is not going to do anything.
Well, if you eat a
Boy,
second
if you
melon.
eat a
I'll
whole
eat
other
another
melon.
one. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, you crack open another melon, you start to eat it. If you eat more than half of it, you can roll again.
Yeah,
2d4
Evelyn's
plus
doing
3.
that thing where she's like, I gotta be strong for my party, but she's really full, so she's like,
It's not fun to eat the melon anymore.
And I'd like you to roll percentile dice, if you would be so kind.
oh,
Here it comes
shit.
again.
As I consult my potion missability table.
No, see, this is the thing, man. These dungeon masters remembered about these
it
tables.
was 2d4 plus 3 healing, or do I not get
2d4
that?
plus 3 healing.
Okay,
Yeah.
I already got that. And then percentile.
Yeah.
If you would.
This is my first percentile of this.
You're going to love
campaign.
it. 100.
Whoa, 100. I ascend.
Wow, yeah.
This has never happened to me before.
Well, the chances of it are quite low. I'm not going to go
like
into the
literally,
specifics.
yeah.
That kills all of us, right?
Evelyn just falls over.
What?
Like rigid, just like.
But I rolled 100. Chris.
Throw what's left of my melon back on the ground.
And she's breathing.
All right.
Oh, I'm taking a short rest.
Resting
I'm taking a long rest.
in the cave.
The longest rest.
You know
A
that?
very long rest. Yeah.
Final rest.
I go and I'm like, she's ingested too much melon, and I push on her stomach. We gotta get it out.
Some melon juice sort of comes out of her mouth a little bit, but she's still sound asleep.
Oh shit!
Like Sleeping Beauty sound
Well, I was
asleep.
just going to sit here. I'm going to pick her up and put her on this mossy section over
Go
here.
ahead.
And not on the actual ground.
Yeah, there's a nice mossy bed there. In fact, it looks like her body just sort of fits perfectly into the cup
Like the
shape.
Snow
and-
White.
This is,
Yeah.
no, this is,
Yeah.
this is
gonna take her.
huge Disney
Put a little
princess
mushroom bouquet in her
energy.
hands.
Yeah, I say we're not done here.
Here, there's one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get the mushroom.
We're not done here. I'll get the cloak.
Thank
fold the cloak over on the front. Take the hands, place them
Yep.
in a regal way.
Yeah.
Upon here, I put a flower in there.
Certainty.
But it's a mushroom.
You were expecting
yeah,
this.
it's not a real flower.
Yeah.
Tiny
people.
little mushroom people start to appear from behind all of the fungal formations. They just poke their capped heads out, and they start ambling toward you. And you actually feel one sort of brush up behind
Oh. Yeah. No, I try to act like I'm prepared for this. I whip up a mushroom cap, put it on my head jauntily, and
you. This is kind of what they look like, folks. These.
We know about these guys. I always love that piece.
Great art.
It's so good.
The
It's
Mushroom
so
Annual
good.
Fifth,
Yes.
like
It's so
that's a
good.
cool one. But what I like is that the smaller one looks like he's fucking cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
Working out.
he's just
He's got Popeye arms. Yeah, and the smallest ones are about 1 foot to 2 feet tall, and the biggest one's about maybe 3.5, 4 feet tall.
oh yeah.
But they all have various different color caps and shaped heads and
Yeah, razor sharp
I love them.
weapons.
tiny little stubby fingers, and one of them just sort of like kind of paws at you gently.
Hello. Hello.
And there's
Bow.
about 20 of them that emerge all around you, kind of forming a very vague circle.
That's
And one of them
lot
just
of
sort of walks up to the melons and just sort of blinks its eyes slowly and looks at the defiled garden.
I point at the money and I'm
And then
like,
just kind of looks up at each of you with
when you
a
say
sad.
defiled, do you mean put to its optimal use?
I will
feel so bad.
produce an autographed photo, hand it to him. You know what? Better than gold. All right? Hang on to that.
He looks at it, his eyes and stalks sort of peer over the top of the autographed photo.
You're
And
welcome.
he looks at you, and he just sort of
Yeah, see?
ambles off.
I say, I hope, you've
well
got, I
done.
hope you've got 19 more of those.
yeah.
Jim. Oh, shit.
Just got a fresh order.
Yeah.
Jim starts an autograph line. Meet and greet.
And you hand another one to another one.
Yeah, and another one.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just act like his manager. I'm like, single file, do not touch the talent.
Hold it.
Do not touch the talent.
UPM immediately.
I'm like,
Not-
yes,
not behind the
yes,
table.
Yes. So I was like, don't touch him. He doesn't like that.
A few of them
limited 30
converge
seconds
around
of eye
Evelyn's
contact.
bed, and they just sort of look at her sleeping.
God, I hope they don't like get underneath you in a single
Yeah.
unified moving carpet and then
I've-
take you away to a
I've
hole.
crept over here because I'm still very
We love it.
cautious.
Security,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, fine fungal friends.
Whoa, nice.
When you start talking to them, Certainty, the one closest to you, you see
Oh yeah.
he just sort of lets out some spores from under his cap, and the cloud just sort of gathers around him. And then you can kind of smell the scent that this creature is exuding, and you realize that these spores are allowing you to establish a telepathic bond.
Yeah. I know how this works. Yeah.
And it says, "Hello."
Hey there, buddy. Sorry about the melons. My friends, they have voracious appetites, not for mushrooms.
They're not ripe yet.
Huh?
They're not ripe yet.
They're not ripe
They're
yet?
not ripe yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Tell me.
I hope we did not do too much damage.
No.
I left behind some compensation for you. I don't know if gold works here, but
Yeah, I'm sure they got a store around here somewhere.
He just sort of looks over at the
Shiny.
gold, and then another one. He locks gazes with another one who goes over and looks at the gold and looks at it. And what is that?
Oh, this is. Oh, I say. Oh, it's gonna take a while, but I mean, who else could go
since
into it?
time immemorial,
Imagine that there was a way to
gold
take
has
work.
had value.
Exactly.
Alchemical components, arcane focuses, jewelry. It's
She's right.
malleable, it's conductive, not just to the weave of magic, but to electricity as well.
That's right.
You know the weave of magic?
Yeah, dude.
I think she stays weaving.
And I'm also like looking over my shoulder and I'm like, I love that.
Would you like to join our milk?
Well, yeah.
They sort of form interlocking circle.
Oh my
They all
God.
grab
Oh, it's like a
hands.
fairy circle type
I love
thing.
Yes, exactly. And they all let their spores out at once, and you're all just sort of engulfed by it all. Now you're all in telepathic contact with them.
I'm terrified. So since we're telepathically connected, can they just hear me screaming?
Probably.
Bobby, calm your thoughts.
They might not
Bobby, you'll
understand that
scare
it's bad.
them.
Yeah.
Why can you hear what I'm thinking?
You'll scare them. Chill, Bobby. Chill. They're fine. They're fine. This is how they talk. This is how they communicate.
I say, Bobby, just think about what you like the best. Think about that which you prize. This is how we talk to them.
I still have that.
Establish
that,
common
that
ground.
gorgonzola cheese.
Yeah,
thing, so
exactly.
I'm gonna munch on that.
Okay.
I'm just slowly eating little bites.
It was like in a
it's so
string
good.
too, so I imagine you're like,
and I still don't know it was
He's
from
never
a
gonna run
monster.
out.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
told me.
It's a rope.
yeah, rope.
Once you're all sort of telepathically communing, they begin to chant, and it sounds like a song in your mind. And
Dinner and a show.
Bongos.
and they
Back them up.
all right, and one of them asks you, "Would you like to meet our leader?"
Yes. You think I think I'm supposed to be here, and I take out the back pages of my wizard book where I sketched all my visions, and I like show them a picture of me surrounded by them.
They all sort of kind of telepathically gasp.
Yeah. We know about it. We can feel it.
This is some sort of prophecy.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
Prophecy.
Prophecy,
Whatever
yeah.
what he said. Probably. Hey, you guys go talk to the leader. No problem.
You're not gonna come talk to
Well,
him?
no, I don't know everything about this place, and I'm just gonna stand over here by the person who can't move and isn't
Right.
conscious.
Is our
Just
is
to
our
be
friend
cool.
gonna be okay?
What happened to her?
She ate way too much melon. It was really her fault. She should not have eaten that much.
hard on
And if this is like one of those Grimm's fairy tales where if you eat gluttonously, I'm sorry,
punished.
but I don't think she deserves to die over eating way too much fucking
I say
watermelon.
she didn't know they weren't ripe.
She didn't know. You know, she just ate so much of it. It was so horrible. She was crying at the end. And she still just kept eating it. I didn't know what was happening.
After all this, Evelyn dies from gluttony. Like,
And Sergi just keeps talking. I think she hasn't been right since my dad was flirting with another girl, and I don't know if she tried to eat herself, but she was like crying, just
eating her
shoving
feelings.
pieces of watermelon in her mouth. It was crazy.
Like the rind.
Yeah, it was. I didn't understand it, but
Yeah, they express that they don't really know what's wrong. They don't know what happened to her.
Well, yeah,
They've never
they
seen
don't,
this.
they don't have
I don't
fucking
think anyone's
stomachs.
ever eaten that much watermelon before.
They don't know. Yeah, you have a
Yeah.
little bit. What the fuck?
Yeah, who eats two whole watermelons? They don't know how to handle
it's
this.
fine. I say, obviously I trust you on this diplomatic mission.
Okay.
I'll
I'll take
I'm just
Bobby
gonna-
for protection, and you
Please,
can
would
stay
you?
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Or do you want to be part of the diplomatic mission?
No. Do you have something like a stage? Is there something, someplace where you gather?
I was just gonna say. I say,
I mean, like that's a pretty good
I'm,
stage.
right? That ain't a bad stage, but I think this is kind of kicking.
Oh,
like a
amphitheater.
gazing pond in it. Yeah.
The leader has changed.
Leader, well, then I will go. Let's just,
You know,
let me
okay.
investigate this stage.
I feel like that answer came too fast, and so ultimately we'll be made to suffer. But that's
Yeah.
All right, so Omen's over by. We'll put Omen's figure.
he is.
I don't know what's gonna happen to you. I didn't think the watermelon would get
You mean the mushmelon?
the marshmallow.
Whatever the F it is.
All right, so Certainty, you're kind of by yourself
Yeah.
with this whole cadre, and they just sort of crowd around you
Cool.
and kind of adopt you as their,
Oh, yeah.
matron visitor. We are going to reach out to you now.
Okay, I'm ready.
And they start chanting to something they call the Weaver of the Wave.
Oh boy. Okay, so is this their stump? Do they worship this stump?
Yes, they all sort of look toward the stump. And the little spores begin to fly, and bits of bark begin to
Emerge.
fly off the stump as they gaze toward it. And
Oh shit. Something's really bad's about to
He's,
happen.
Roll
he's
for
actually
initiative.
he's under effect. He's under the effects of the high.
What the fuck?
I can't set this on top of that, so I'm
This
just
is
going to
their
put that.
this
Oh
is their
my
this
God!
is their guy.
What
Gorgeous,
is this
though.
thing?
The skin tone,
Yeah,
is
it's
immaculate.
amazing.
That glisten.
I mean, if it's too big, we could do a
Moisturized,
small
lathered.
one.
Yeah.
No,
That's
of course
Jergens.
it fits fine.
So coming up out of the stump is this absolutely scintillating, radiant, dragon-like creature with spores and stuff just sort of rising up around it. And its wings are like nebulous gas, trailing off and just sort of fanning off into the distance. You get the impression that its wings are made of just pure weave energy.
No, I'm like gently rustling Evelyn, and I say, babe, new god just dropped.
She's just sleeping beautifully, soundly.
drool.
In a sort of Rip
She
Van
would like it.
Winkle-esque.
I just try to remember it as well as I can.
Okay.
She would like it.
She would like it.
Does it make any kind of sound?
There is kind of a gentle tinkling sound as it's floating in the air there. And it
love a
seems to be
tinkle.
part of the telepathic link that you're all
Yeah,
in.
because the spores came out. Now everybody's tied into this thing.
I am the weaver of the weave.
Hi, I'm a manipulator of the weave, unless that is
Weird.
disrespectful, in which case I will not do so here in your realm.
He says, "Here you can unlock the power of the weave using only your mind.
I'm interested.
Channel magic magic, the likes of which you've never seen. I bestow this gift on you. Now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen.
I had to. Do you know normally we have to go sit in little rooms and
yeah.
listen to old professors drone
to
on
school.
for like 7 hours a day to do this, and you're telling me you can just
They can get end to end.
make me naturally talented?
Yes. And you just feel this wave of power hit you. And magic seems to just sort of seep into your body that you have never felt before.
So is that all casters? Or all people?
Or just her.
Anybody who channels the weave, so that would be arcane.
Okay.
Primarily
So including
spellcasters. So Jim,
James,
you
Winifred
also
Darkman.
feel this magic just sort of well up inside of you.
My Uncle Jim, are you you getting this?
I feel it too!
Wow, I can feel it down in plums.
Yes.
I don't even know what my plums are. I can feel it.
I feel it where my bathing suit covers.
You feel like there's so much magic coming into you
Yes.
right now that you almost just have an undying urge to let it out in some fashion. So my question to you
I'm
is,
about to bust.
what do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
Yes.
I want to bring this giant mushroom back to life.
All right.
I move like to now. Before it was like she's like an angel. Now I am physically moving to intercede myself between Evelyn and every other thing that's happening here.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm creating like a semicircle, and nothing can come in this way. Because I feel like this is their first time doing this,
Yep.
and I have a very low level of trust.
Yeah, it seems impossible.
This sort of serpentine god or whatever comes over to here as this mushroom begins to rebuild itself and reconstruct itself to its magnificent 100-foot tall
So
height.
it reaches all the way
Yes,
up.
it goes all the way up to the ceiling and begins to sort of spread tendrils out, and those tendrils grow into sort of mycelial strands that then extend into canopies of fungal flesh. And suddenly there's this great umbrella looming above all of you.
Look at you.
And you can see that there are sort of gaps in the trunk of this structure, suggestive of windows. And
It's a
It is-
fucking place.
exactly, it's like a palace.
It's real estate.
Yes, so you have basically brought the palace back.
Why didn't they do that before?
Because these little guys, I mean, they're
They have
happy
no magical their spores.
They're happy
or
with like
Little-
10 melons.
They're
If they
little
can.
guys. They're just little dudes. And I rebuilt the melon patch.
Yes.
Even bigger and
nice.
healthier than before, and I ripen everything. And you probably noticed this. I'm
Oh, no, yeah, you're feeling yourself. But
power overwhelming.
So I'm wondering,
Jim probably has like a crowd of them, the little mushroom guys around him, and he's doing card tricks.
Yes.
But they're just amazing. Like he pulls the card, like the card is inside a mushroom. Like how did it
Yes.
even get in there? Yeah.
You signed this
Okay.
one.
did he come here
Absolutely.
before?
Yeah.
All right, so the mushroom patch sort of grows and spreads, and you see the melons grow and kind of change color and ripen beautifully, and they've got lovely sort of frond leaves.
While this is happening, can
Yeah.
Bobby telepathically ask a question?
Yeah.
So you can do anything now. Can you make it feel as if we've taken a long rest? I'm about to bust.
It's just going around.
Did it work?
It worked.
Did it work?
Yeah, so you're using arcane energy to essentially do what?
To
Heal and restore.
restore Bobby.
Okay. That while that is not normally typically in the arcane magic purview, you are so
Is chronomancy in the arcane
Yes.
I slow down time. So
Okay.
that for Bobby, it feels like he's taken an 8-hour nap, but really only 8 seconds
There
has
you go.
passed.
So Bobby does this weird like shimmy thing, like he's moving very quickly.
Oh shit!
And then when it's done,
This is a skill.
yeah. Okay. You feel like you've had 8 hours of rest.
Oh,
Dude, so jelly.
Yeah,
that long rest
after a
button.
couple card tricks, I probably notice Evelyn. I'm like, oh yeah. I walk over. Does it seem like her ailment is magical in nature?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well then this should be an easy fix. Rise!
All right. Yes, so you basically dispel the magic upon her and you awaken.
With a long rest?
Yeah, absolutely. I put a little extra juice in there.
There you go. Yes, you awaken from the longest, best sleep you ever had.
Incredible.
Disney princess
No, I'm
wake
telling
up.
you, it's been Disney energy the whole time.
And you immediately have telepathic. We're all talking to you telepathically when you wake up.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jim.
no problem.
Wow, I feel great.
Those melons were tasty.
I'm keeping an eye on this floating god beast.
Yeah, it's
I-
just hovering there.
Hello, I'm Evelyn Marthane, servant of Lathander. What's your name?
The weaver of the weave.
He's the weaver of the weave.
You're so beautiful.
So are you.
Oh! Do you know Lathander?
Yes.
Are you friends?
Yes.
I would imagine you
I
would
don't
be.
know about this thing.
Can you tell him I said hi?
I probably could. I can contact other planes. I could call Asmodeus and tell him to suck my.
Can you just find the stone right now and conjure it here? All the rest of them?
I'm familiar with. Can I locate object on the stone?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Let's get out of here, dude.
Y'all, I can't stay here. I'm gonna go crazy.
These are hacks.
I'm gonna go crazy.
These are hacks. Though.
Like this is too much power for certainty to have
No,
right
no,
now.
it's not good. It's not good. But the wall hack is going to get us to the end of it fast.
Locate object.
Oh,
Oh shit!
Inside.
legit. The Weaver of the Weave. You see me say, yeah, I can fight.
Ah,
Great. So where is it?
I see-
Except we're telepathic, so you just hear it go,
yeah,
oh shit, it's inside the giant dragon. Don't say that out loud. Think of something else.
But they already.
yeah.
This
Did
is
someone-
the
did
song
someone-
that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend.
I say. So how long have you been the Weaver of the Weave? About 10 fucking minutes?
Did you say that?
Yeah.
You can't just talk to the
I
Weaver of
can't-
the Weave like that, Dad. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah, they
Excuse
gave us a
me.
long rest.
He's tired.
I say I don't come
Yeah.
down to the bus station.
You get to
slap
have
the
a long
wand out
rest,
of
and I slow
whatever you do
time
with
out of-
wands.
I slow time for
It doesn't
you.
respond. It just sort of floats there dreamily.
Maybe they just ate it like I ate the melons. Maybe they just need to let it pass.
Like a kidney stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We'll just wait by
Gathered
its
my little
asshole.
mushroom friends around.
Or maybe just,
This is the tiny ones that I like. And I'm like, how long has the leader been the leader?
Since the last leader died
Since the last leader died. And when did the last leader die?
a short while ago.
Did he kill the other leader?
No,
Okay.
we did.
Oh,
Cool.
Why?
Wow.
Why'd you do that?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
You know,
Because he was
sometimes.
doing bad things.
What? What kind of bad stuff? We hate that type of stuff. So we want to know ahead of time what things
He
are
was
bad.
making evil potions.
Oh, evil potions. Oh.
What did those
Yeah,
potions
Well, then
do?
you gotta
They
power
were
to the.
killing us and reanimating us.
Honestly, you know what? It's like that guy sounds like a dude.
Yeah, they sound like they suck. They
The
needed to go
weaver
think
of
about
the
what they
weave
did.
is our savior.
No. So sometimes when a foreign entity comes in to help solve a domestic problem, that foreign entity becomes the new bad guy, okay?
Yeah, there's externalities there.
But
One
not
of you
like
should be
us.
the leader. You should be self-governed. You guys deserve
Exactly.
that.
I don't know if they have the capacity.
I say, listen, this permanent psychic union that you all have, this could be a model democracy. The issue that we have is that we don't have that level of communication for the most part, and also we're very afraid of intimacy. Sometimes we're worried that we love someone too much, and it's creating problems in our life. Honestly.
He's talking about you. He's talking about
He
you.
went. He became like a servant of the
when
devil for
no,
you.
when you were a stone, he was like,
I heard that, but I didn't want.
no,
I
he
didn't
was
want to
like,
make a big deal out of it. 'cause it
no,
was
but
weird.
he's like in love with you, dude.
Hey,
He went through time for
I
you.
just met
Hey,
this guy.
everybody. Demon, all right, let's
Yeah.
Wait.
let's orient
Demon?
ourselves toward
Why are we assuming demon?
Well, for me, it really has to do with like the level of
He
of
said
wicked
dragon,
power
not demon.
that
Yeah.
it exerts. I'm getting demon vibes.
Okay, can I just ask if maybe they ate it?
No, absolutely. Go right ahead.
Excuse me, Weaver. We're looking for this black stone, obsidian, and I just like get this sense that maybe someone might have looked at it and thought it looked yummy to eat, and I was wondering if you've seen anything like that. Really?
Can I get topped off on my power? I used a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just have
So
it.
you got it all.
Okay. I want to be the Weaver of the Weave.
All right.
You know what?
Well,
Jafar.
you know what?
You know what?
Be a
I love this weave.
Yeah,
I love this weave I'm seeing here.
I think I could weave
All right.
this weave.
all right.
Leave it to
So
Weaver.
basically, you're casting a wish spell.
Oh my God! You just cracked open the book.
Yeah.
It's like anything that's in the fucking
Exactly.
book you can do.
Yes. That's you're basically doing wishes.
Okay.
So yes, you telepathically wish yourself into the role of the Weaver.
So now you can grant the power.
Wings. Yeah, just get the rest of these rocks.
So Jim,
Hey, Bobby.
It's me, Jim.
the Weaver disappears, and you disappear.
Yeah.
Or rather, you sort of grow into this draconian form.
But I love that it's already purple.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
you
it is.
like?
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Do we see you like your forearm start to grow like a werewolf?
Yeah.
Yes.
The wings come out of the hands.
Remember when I was a kid, there was that like werewolf movie where the guy opens his mouth and the wolf mouth comes out?
That
Scared the shit out of me.
That was on,
All right.
that was on Fox, like the original Fox.
Yeah.
Here's
They
the
just
bad
threw the
news.
skin off a hoodie.
Oh, there's bad news?
There shouldn't
Yes.
be any bad news.
So when you cast that spell, that gives me enough juice to do what happens next.
Oh, it's an interplay.
Yes.
So y'all
No.
pulling these
weave.
threads.
Like
Yeah.
for every spell slot we use, he gets one too?
Yeah, now he's got 9.
All right. You see the palace begin to collapse. And it just sort of melts away. It doesn't like drop big chunks or anything.
Yeah.
It just kind of
Withers.
It withers
Yeah.
and dies and shrivels back into its original form. And
You getting bubble wrap?
Holy shit.
It's an obelisk?
you see that, and this doesn't
the
quite
full
fit
meal
either,
deal.
But
Oh, here, listen, I got nothing.
You got nothing to
I'm
do?
used to putting things like this.
Cram it in
holes.
there, Jerry.
that's it. That'll
Yeah.
do.
We put it together.
But basically, this, it's actually floating slightly. You see
Nice.
that as it falls away, inside of it is a fully assembled obsidian black obelisk.
Oh, the full meal deal.
The
Like,
full
we've been
thing.
getting the chunks.
You've been getting the chunks.
This is like in the manual.
Yes, exactly. Now, whether it's really there or not, you don't know, and it's kind of doing a kind of a slow rotation so that you can kind of see the different sides of
Facets.
it, and the light can gleam off of
nice.
it,
That's really good.
and it's just spinning around there.
It just materialized. Oh, okay. And this is not
Yes.
something that we did. This happened like as
Correct.
a reflection of the things that we
Exactly. And then it collapses in on itself. And at the point where it collapses, you see a figure that looks like this,
did. Okay.
and it's just floating up here currently.
Check this out.
This creature appears to be made of stars, wrapped
Oh.
in sort of like a mantle of shadow.
Okay, so this is similar to the Archivist.
Yeah, a little bit. And there's swirling magical energy around it, and I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the full. Oh, well, wow. Something happened. I don't know what. We've wasted another perfectly good hour
Omen.
listening to car talk. 19 minus 1 is 18.
18. Jim.
2 on the dice plus 2 is 4.
Okay. Evelyn.
Even is the Weaver.
15 plus 1, 16.
We've
Do you get initiative?
Certainty.
I don't get advantage or
Or
anything. I guess.
advantage, that's what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bobby.
14 plus 1 is 15.
15.
Nice, Bobby.
Very well.
Hey, good hustle there, pal.
All right.
Big flippy wings.
He's clapping his wings
Omen?
together.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I mean,
You saw this obelisk appear and then compress into this
well, no, exactly.
starry
Like
creature.
but we know that that's what the Archivist does. Like that's literally what the Archivist does with any of the impossibility shards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to before I flex on this thing. it has no features at all because it's just made of stars and
That's right.
cloak of shadow.
Yes.
Okay, this is really complicated. I'm going to move out around behind, and I've already established that I don't like these Weaver things. I hate it. I'm going to walk underneath it. Here, can you hand me my mini mic? I'm going to walk underneath it, but like the gaseous wings and like the scintillating scales, like they're all and just like brushing off. Like obviously this is like a miracle.
Yeah.
It's a miracle we were able to see it at all. We're never going to witness its like again. But for me, it's just like, yeah, it's like a cobweb.
What's the deal, man?
It's gross. No, you need to get these under control. Is what
I try to tame my spectral wings.
Yeah, but you can't.
Like, just
I
knocking
can.
stuff over. It's all brand new to you.
Yeah.
Here, so I'm basically I'm gonna
Baby giraffe.
I am just stumbling around.
I'm gonna walk around underneath Jim. I hate it. And I'm going to address it as the archivist. And I'll say, archivist. I was hoping we would see you again.
Shit, you're assuming a lot here.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping. Of course, it's not. That would be convenient. So, what I'm going to do instead.
It says, I am not the archivist. I am the obelisk.
Oh. Oh no, God! It's a thing.
It's a person.
It's a fucking guy.
Person. If we put all the pieces together, is it? Are we?
No,
this is
yeah, no, that's exactly what's
name?
going to happen. We're like, oh, listen, let's try to. It's like getting a kit to build the devil.
Yeah.
And we've been dutifully engaging in it. We're like, oh,
We're doing a stream. We're putting our Lego set together.
We are doing a live stream where we are putting it together. Yeah, it's a sponsored stream.
And then we find out our Lego Death Star is a real Death Star.
yeah, exactly, and it shoots.
It shoots.
We just have to touch the rock to go to the next place, right?
But why are we? Can't
He's
we?
got the rock inside.
Can I use channel divinity?
The rock.
No, it's Omen's turn.
Oh,
You can't.
It's initiative.
You
never
can't.
mind.
Right. He's the obelisk, and I say, Jim,
Yeah.
shit.
Jim bears down.
On his turn, we'll see what happens.
Either
Are you done, Omen?
rock
There's a
or
rock somewhere in there.
Yeah,
Your
there
work is done here?
Yeah,
Catapult it out.
Evelyn.
Put some wings down your mouth.
it'll kill me.
Yeah.
It'll be like a railgun.
I want to use channel divinity to grant myself emissary of peace.
Ooh, I love it.
So as a bonus action, I grant myself +5 bonus to charisma persuasion checks for the next 10 minutes.
Very good.
Well, and that's good because charisma has historically been a real dump stat for Evelyn.
Yeah, because adding +5 to my +5 persuasion is going to be great.
This is UN shit.
So Evelyn just like with like the little, mushroom flower petals kind of
Oh, yeah.
streaming off and maybe some like of the glow beetles whirring around.
They help you out.
She kind of just flutters up in front of the obelisk and bows and says, "Greetings. May we discuss how to work together for the betterment of this place?" Tries to make friends.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
We're looking for the big numbers. Ooh.
16 plus 10 is 26.
Very good.
Big math.
If it can be,
Yes.
it is.
numbers.
It is.
Yeah.
Big numbers.
It's worth a try.
Big numbers.
I really wanted to use Emissary of Peace too. That's the coolest
pretty
Oath
fresh.
of Redemption.
When
thing.
you get close to this thing, you sense that there's something kind of unreal about it. Like if you get really close to it, there's kind of a distortion effect that goes on that you don't
an
like.
illusion or something else.
It might be temporal.
Ugh.
So you get that sense. And you're just basically addressing a star person,
Right.
sort of an empty void with stars wrapped in shadow. So you don't know yet whether or not your entreaty has been well received.
They spoke before.
They
Yeah,
did.
yeah. No face, I guess.
No face per se, and it doesn't say anything.
I bow deeply.
Okay.
I guess that would be my action, right? Is the persuasion check?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Evelyn has put herself on the line. Bobby.
Bobby.
Can we see where the where your excretion point would be?
I'll allow Bobby
Full access.
Full access.
I just want to be there ready to
to your
catch.
back.
Roll
Backyard.
over on my back.
Because I assume that the rock is now here, and if he's bearing
Yeah.
down, I want to be there to catch it.
I assume I have some sort of hole.
No?
I don't. Interesting. Nothing there, huh, Bob?
Oh, wow, you're closed up.
Well, I have a mouth.
It's Barbie shit.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'll be here to catch for
Yeah.
you if something comes up, because they're doing their deal.
Yeah,
over
it could come
there.
out your
I'll
mouth.
be with you.
Okay.
Do you, maybe can I massage his stomach? Some
Just
to try
help
to
him
get
out.
to try to get
Give him,
things
Yeah.
moving.
give him a sip.
Yeah.
Give him a sip of Sprite.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, you massage his stomach.
Yes.
You're like the
I have
doula
no
for
idea what's
this
going on.
Yeah.
This is great.
obsidian chunk.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is D&D at its
Kind of
finest.
massaging as in searching around for
Yeah.
it too.
This is taking a weird turn. This is great.
It's like
I
the
love it.
midwife palpating.
No, exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
All right, so Bobby is set up to help with that.
Midwife.
Yes.
Next up is this creature.
You've been pregnant so much in this
I know.
game.
That's a running theme.
The mushroom folk, the myconids, you can hear them sort of telepathically calling out to the star person.
Really? What do they call it?
They call it the Weaver.
Hey.
Weaver, these are our friends. We don't know what's going on.
Aw.
Oh God.
This is all so confusing.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. Honestly, they're onto something there.
Don't hurt the flying lady.
Aw.
She's one of us now.
Aw.
Yeah, exactly.
Save all of
Permanent
Yes.
baby.
All right.
They need a weaver. Though.
Omen.
They do need a weaver, but it shouldn't.
Let's
It
adopt
should
them.
be. It should be Jim.
Jim is the
Yeah,
weaver.
I'm the weaver.
A whip of
Look at me.
stars
I'm the weaver
comes
now.
out of this creature and lashes you.
Oh.
Yikes.
Omen disappears.
Ah.
It's fine.
He is blasted out of time.
He's in a better place now.
Yes.
Blasted out of time.
That sounds like
Yes.
a bad one, doesn't it?
Yes. So, Omen, you are suddenly thrown into space.
The void.
You are hurtling through space upward, and as you're flying upward, you see these gigantic, almost like they almost look like gigantic panes, or they actually are framed pictures.
Facets. Oh, they're painting.
Big paintings come down around you like they're just slowly like feather falling down past you as you are shooting upward through space. And one of the framed paintings is a picture of Bobby with a blood-soaked Viari bursting out of his chest.
What?
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 And it looks like it was like painted by a master painter.
It's like very nice.
Yes.
So it's stylistic. It isn't an image.
It is an image. It's an image. It's a portrait,
Yeah.
but there's sort of a stylized element to it. And as that one is sort of trailing down, another big one comes down beside you, and it is an image of certainty as an old hag with a basket of scorpions.
Yo, vibes.
Dude, goals.
Yeah.
Old scorpion lady.
Dude, just
That's such
just
good.
Yeah, it
just
is, right?
hag things.
No more cats, just scorpions.
Yeah.
And then
Fuck that lady.
a third portrait passes you by, and it is of Evelyn as a mangy were-Pomeranian
Yes.
with a child's
That's my real
torn
vibes.
wool slipper hanging out of her mouth.
You always have to make her eat a baby.
Why would you eat a baby?
It was one of the worst D&D games of my life.
Another big picture you pass by is Jim with the head of an impassive dove.
Oh, but like stately and
Yes.
regal.
Wow.
Is he? Are there little Jims flying away?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then the fifth portrait you pass by is yourself, split in two, with Portentia in a top hat striking a pose between the bloody halves of you.
Killing it.
That's pretty cool.
That's me.
Slay.
Yeah.
Slay.
And then as the pictures fall below you, you're standing on a stage. It is kind
The
of
leader
a
does
bad
have a stage.
It is a badly lit stage. There's just one stark spotlight that isn't quite on you and has to sort of quickly readjust and sort of snap to your position. And out in the audience, in this kind of bleak theater, you see just sort of faces of all sorts of aberrations. Beholders, mind flayers, Nothics.
Tough crowd.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
And they're just in
ICR.
there, they're just
Yeah.
there looking at you from the darkness with their glossy eyes.
Hit him with your type 5.
I'm gonna say I just flew here from the prime material.
One of the Nothics goes,
And boy, my arm's tired.
There's only one Nothic that laughs? That
Yes.
was pretty good. Oh, shit, this is a tough crowd.
yes, and Omen, you feel instinctively that you, in order to possibly get out of the situation, you have to do a performance of some kind.
I say, you know, what's up with? Fuck. I'm gonna do crowd work. And I'm gonna see if the light follows me even when I leave the stage.
As you sort of move abroad, the light doesn't follow you at first and then tries to, but it's always kind of lagging, like it's being used by an incompetent person.
By an actual person.
Yes.
That beholder that's like, oh, God.
Yeah, or somebody who doesn't actually have like proper
There's
limbs.
a bit.
So something with tentacles is trying to move this
It's
light.
Miss Ross up there with her
Yeah,
two tentacle hands. Like,
You're her sister. Yeah, so I'm gonna. Do I have a microphone?
No,
I
but
just
your
talk.
voice
It just
seems to
carries.
carry. Yes.
I'm just gonna walk down and I'm just gonna like, who do I see to my left in this seat inside this alien amphitheater?
Yeah, you see some like horrid, aberrant star spawn creature, all sort of glossy and transparent, so you can see its internal organs.
I say, where do you work?
Tough crowd.
Yeah, see,
Give me nothing.
I can't do anything with that. I'm gonna take a few more steps
Okay.
and look over to my right.
Yeah.
I feel like he should be horrified for at least one turn. So who do I see on the right?
Yeah, you see another Nothic, sort of one of those one-eyed green monsters.
But they all like horrible things.
Well, who knows?
be cringe and be free.
Yeah. Who you eat her with?
They're aberrations. They're not gonna like a regular performance.
You have to bomb.
Coughing.
You have to bomb, dude.
I'm gonna reach over, and I'm just going to like put my mailed gauntlet fist like into a point, and I'm just gonna push it directly through his eye.
Okay,
I don't think jokes are gonna work here.
go ahead and make a performance check. Charisma performance. And I'm going to say you have disadvantage.
Why?
Oh boy.
You are impaling him.
Yeah.
It's probably not
And he
into
sees it coming.
Yeah.
Plus 4. Okay. 19 plus 4 is 23.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
10 plus 4 is 14.
Okay. You do get some light clapping as you press your gauntlet through this thing's eye. And the creature just sort of screams.
I'm gonna discover comedy's ragged edge.
Yes.
I'm gonna be doing edgy material.
You pull your hand out full of goo, and then Omen is blown off the stage back into this fungal cave
Just as I blew the crowd away.
a split
With my
second
inspired
before he left. So there was no indication that there was a whip-like thing that sent him away. None of you even know that he went away.
Oh,
He
it's
Yes.
instantaneous.
It's instantaneous minus 1/10 of a second.
Wow.
So all you see is Omen clutch his head, some blood come out of his nose as he takes 16 points of psychic damage.
God! What the?
He passes out and dies.
What do you mean 16?
Yeah. You didn't roll well on your performance check.
Well,
Are you still on your feet?
oh yeah.
Great. Yes, so he's just got a nosebleed suddenly. Evelyn,
Shit face on these melons.
roughly at about the same time, your eye catches something over here. You can see, nestled is the wrong word. It looks like somebody died and mushrooms sort of grew up around them. And you can sort of see the corpse half in and out of the fungus. And you've never been this close to have seen it before, but you see it now because the corpse is wearing around its neck a sun symbol. Just FYI.
Like a Lathander sun symbol.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. It's,
Yes.
it's sacred, though.
And but that was its turn, which brings us to certainty.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Reduce on Bobby to make him small. So that, and I say, Bobby, I don't see a back end. You gotta go in the front end.
I was really hoping to go in the back, but all right.
And you become itty bitty Bobby.
Yeah.
Bite size Bobby. Fun size Bobby.
Bobby.
Uppies, please.
I reach down with my winged hands, and I toss him back. Yeah.
All right.
Good luck.
So Bobby is making his way through Jim's
Your
innards.
fantastic voyage begins.
Yeah, put your mitts on there. You're going to learn a lot about the endocrine system.
And I'm gonna.
Bizarre.
Great turn.
Okay, so that was an action.
Yeah, no,
cast
that's
spell.
yeah. I can't do 2 spells on. I don't know how being imbued with Weaver of Weave magic works.
Well, as the Weaver said, you can do whatever you want.
You can do what you want to do. I'm not sure if you
Yeah.
ever saw In Living Color.
Oh shit.
It also gives
Fly girls, J-Lo.
them another spell slot too, though, when you use it.
Yeah, I know. So I have to be careful.
But that's fine.
Unless you wish to
Yeah.
hold the rock in your hands.
But you have untold power.
I do, and do I see the blood coming out of my dad's nose?
I'm looking away. I mean, you probably don't. You didn't even know I left.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna make a tiny hut for the little mushroom people to go into, and I say,
Listen,
kids,
you
it's
get in
about to
here.
get really bad. You should be.
All right, they gather protectively inside the hut.
Yeah, yeah.
And they all hold
Right,
hands.
It's gonna get really bad. Just stay in here, no matter
Don't
what
look out.
you hear.
What you hear?
Don't come out, okay? Stay here. All right.
All right. Jim.
So Bobby's inside me.
Bobby's within.
Bobby's within.
What do you see in there?
And some Maguchi Kun just to see. You feel that?
The Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like to.
There's so much to do.
Yeah. Can I try and herk this thing up? Can I sense where it is in my body?
No.
No. Okay. Can I sense where Bobby is in my body?
Yes.
All right.
I don't see it yet.
All right. Well, you keep digging around in there. Do I have any powers as a dragon? Why not?
What do you want to do?
But I don't want it to be a wish.
Well, you
have big
you'll know.
hands.
You got big arms,
Yeah, I
you
got
got
big
big
claws.
jaws.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna turn then to this stump and just try to swat this star thing down into the. Just
All right.
whack.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
I am the Weaver.
Tell
The
whack-a-mole.
Weaver of the Weave.
Except I've foreseen this moment.
Good.
Nice.
And I see Uncle Jim miss, and then I see a second path where that's a 15. So it's
I
a
love it.
15 plus
15.
whatever.
Okay.
That's the number.
Yes.
Plus whatever
so,
it is.
pow! The big tail comes, and where do you want to knock this thing?
Let's knock him back into these mushrooms.
All right. Okay, and roll for me 4d6.
Ooh.
Okay.
1 plus 1 plus 1
No.
What?
plus 3.
6. All right. So you just sort of catch him.
Yeah.
You just sort of catch him, and you send him flopping over there.
It's my first tail whip. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't, you
Yeah,
know.
and you also take out part of the old trunk too, like.
Yeah.
So there's all this
Not used to my size.
fungal flinders
Be a good band name.
flying around.
Yeah, I'm going to see Fungal Flingers.
Yeah, exactly. The tickets were hard to get.
I'm
I mean,
It's like one of those
Flinders.
kid shows.
Yeah.
Flinders.
Some of the festivals.
Omen, we are back to you.
So I have a bunch of blood coming out of my face from this excursion
yes.
into the far realm.
Yes.
All right, now
Do good.
cure
funny.
wounds. Yeah, exactly.
And as far as anybody knows, the creature hasn't done anything to any of you.
Oh, we're just fighting it?
Yes. So Jim actually did
Well,
the
they
first.
to me
no,
they
Evelyn
called it the
tried.
Weaver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's taking
And
a
I'm the
spot.
Weaver.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Evelyn tried to talk to it, and it was kind of being rude. So, I mean, that's
Yeah.
a reason to slap
I didn't know
somebody.
Weavers
Yeah.
fell on their ass all
But
the
as
time.
far as Evelyn's concerned, Jim just struck it out of.
Yeah, I was just in the middle of parlay,
Yes.
and Jim's
Yeah.
just like, whap.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is your fucking Weaver? This fucking guy? Look at
This
wings.
is your Weaver.
Puny
Look
guy.
at him.
Yeah. Tiny
Look at
gun.
your Weaver now.
Gaze upon the Weaver. I'm gonna say.
They're not looking.
Yeah, I told
Yeah, they got their
I'm still
caps.
screaming at the look at your Weaver now.
They're all crouched down. Their caps are low.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna sound like I'm making this up, but I'm very serious. This thing just kicked my ass, like in another dimension.
Can you
no,
talk to us?
no, exactly. And I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were still
Yeah,
on the
no,
stage in the
And-
nightmare.
And so I'm gonna look back to you, certainty.
Yeah.
It's like you've seen me over here. I'm watching this. I'm looking this way. I turn my face to you, and it's all blood.
Oh, shit.
He's like crying out of his eyes, blood.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I say it's.
Do you need
It
a
is.
melon?
It is more dangerous.
Do you need a water?
It's more dangerous than you think. It wasn't like it hit me and then I went to another dimension and weird things happened there. And when I came back, they were so weird that it almost killed me.
But you didn't go anywhere. So are you
That's
sure
where
it
you're
wasn't like
wrong.
just a dream?
That's right.
You used to
It
read
made
Marvel
you
magazine.
feel like you
Oh
went
yeah,
to
I
another
dreamed a bunch of blood. Yeah, this is a cool dream, certainty.
Okay, that's Omen's 6 seconds right there. Evelyn and then Bobby.
I also see see Omen's face covered in blood, and I believe his explanation that
It's pretty weird.
This was
I
done to
agree.
him.
And I knew that it was going to sound weird.
Yeah.
I knew he was bad.
Yeah.
So Evelyn is still
why I don't-
emissary of peace.
Oh yeah.
For the next 10 minutes. So she's gonna fly over, and before it was like, I'm pretty and beautiful, and I've got these bugs, like swirling around and
You're
everything.
gonna go Galadriel on him.
Exactly. So she flies over, like hovering over him like this, and the bugs, instead of swirling lazily, are like in flashing points, and her eyes are almost glowing, and she's like this, and she just says, "Cease now." And I'm gonna try to persuade him to just like surrender, stop, sit down, be
Don't
quiet.
whip. Don't interdimension whip. Okay. Well,
Well, I rolled a 2,
and I love that.
but I do think that since they're prone and I'm hovering over them and I have special effects, that maybe there would be a
Yeah, you got
advantage.
some underglow.
Yeah,
You got the rims.
it was worth a try. Well, anyway, 2 + 10 is 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about that.
This creature just kind of looks at you head on. You're looking into a face of oblivion, so you're not sure it's exactly intimidated.
Tough to read, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Try
Tough
telling,
crowd.
Try telling it a
Tough
joke.
crowd.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
lobotomized.
Bobby, you're crawling around.
So as I go,
Adventure, Bobby.
I'm kind of cartwheeling through everywhere, just waiting to hit a hard spot. Everything's very fleshy.
It's all very also magical in here. Like there's all sorts of weird magical effects.
Is
Well, it's
there-
like
is
a
there light?
place.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There's an inner light.
You are gorgeous on the inside. This is great.
And outside. I mean.
And outside too, yeah.
Yes,
It's almost like a super fun happy slide inside. You just sort of go down through its serpentine.
I'm in here like on a water slide having the time of my life.
Yes.
Like I'm
Oh
at a
yeah.
water park.
No,
Yes.
things are going
Yeah.
great for you.
No clue what's going on the outside. Can I do a perception check, I guess, to
Yeah.
see if there's a better direction I should go? I
Yeah,
imagine
you're
there's
like a
lots of
tune to
ways.
stone. You're like the
Yeah.
perfect person to throw in there.
Yeah.
You can sniff it out.
So since you know what, because last time I used this, it showed me where the stone was. So can I use
Aspect of stone.
Yeah, or can I do that without using one of my? Because I used Stone's Endurance last time, and that
Yeah, it's
showed
like
me
a,
where it was.
It's like a reaction trigger or something like
Yeah.
that. But this is the sort of dungeon master that you might be able to parlay with.
Yes. Since I am in search mode, if I am I able to perceive this stone while I'm inside of the being that is housing it.
Yes, and so the answer is you do have that ability, and using that ability tells you that the stone isn't in fact here,
Oh shit.
that it was lying to you.
No, you're just in there. You're just fucking up in his guts.
We just assumed because like that other thing had the stone, maybe this thing
I
had
guess
the
I just
stone.
That's why I said, I was
yeah.
like, but when they switched, did they switch the stone too? Okay, so now I'm in here.
How do you get out? We didn't think of this part.
I should just be able to come back out,
classic.
right? There's like a ladder.
I mean, if you
some
start
vertebra.
fucking around down there,
Yeah, I'm gonna find
Out.
What's the reflex in your throat that if
The
you
uvula.
uvula?
Yeah.
Can I start speed bagging it to?
Yeah, so you have to kind of crawl back up
Yeah.
again to get up there. But yes, at the end of your turn, you do get up to it, and you can start like bump, 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 bump.
Yeah, I'm just training. And I tell them telepathically. I'm still talking to everyone telepathically, right? Or do I not have access to the spores anymore since I'm inside?
You still have access to the spores.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell everybody. Actually, guys,
nice.
it's not in here at all.
Oh.
I can't reach the next area to come out of your mouth, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work in here. Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. Regurgitation reflex coming.
That's great.
All right.
Probably should have looked for it before we threw you in
Is
there.
vomiting a bonus action?
Maybe I hope
In the
so.
classic
Yeah.
sense?
It seems like crying is a free action, so
Free.
vomiting should also be a free
Yeah.
action.
Oh, here, listen.
Just stand it up somewhere.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. It's going to get stood up.
All right. Evelyn,
Yeah.
a whip of starlight hits you. You are shot into space.
Sucks. BT dubs. It's trash.
You are
don't want
floating
to
up
nosebleed.
through space,
Space sucks.
pulled up by some unknown force, and giant pictures are basically cascading down around you. The first shows Omen sitting on a throne made from the bones of his friends and employees,
Okay.
with devil's horns protruding from his head.
Called
And he is
shot.
holding a ruby scepter.
Nice. That sounds like really cool.
Does it look like really interestingly like the ruby that I know he has on his mace?
Yeah. The next picture is Jim
Uh-huh.
as a grinning, buck-toothed farmer with a pitchfork that has turnips impaled on its tines.
That seems nice.
Disgusting.
All right.
The
Maybe he's
devil
happy.
was better than that.
Yeah.
This is
Jim
like,
retired. Great.
yeah, this is like Far Realm Dixon.
Yeah.
Then a picture of Bobby drifts past you, and he's got a wheel of cheese where his head should be, and rats that have the heads of people are eating the
I
cheese.
no longer like it.
It started out good,
Yeah,
and
you were
then
great.
it took a turn.
Yeah.
Yep. Then you see an image of Certainty as a child being chased by a kite-shaped monster made of stitched flesh with intestines for its strings.
No.
What the fuck?
Gross, Chris.
Are you okay?
You want to talk to somebody?
Better help.
They come to
okay?
him so quick too. It's
Install
just
the app.
it's all there. Yeah.
And then the last picture is of you as an evil-looking construct with a malevolent glint in your eye.
Oh.
A construct.
Is it the construct
Like a
I've seen
Warforged?
before that
Yeah.
looks like me?
Yes, it is Evelyn.
Evelyn of Shar. Evelyn of Shar is like.
The dark mirror.
Yeah.
And then as the pictures drift below you, you're on stage. And you hear this sort of squeaky noise as a light sort of ambles over to you. And
Kill
you're
it.
staring out into an audience abyss of aberrations, hinging on your every word and action
And I have the sense that I need to
to
perform.
perform.
At the maximum level, and do so. And then roll high. Both things.
I start singing.
Okay.
I sing a Lathander lullaby.
All right. Go ahead and make a performance.
It like starts quiet and then swells.
Oh, as it should.
When you sort of get into it, yeah.
Hope you like psychic damage.
5 plus 3.
All right. Not too many tears in the audience
They
over
don't
that
love.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just you just see some of them turning their heads and looking at each other.
She's not great at knowing her audience.
No. All right. And then you are thrown out of that back to where you are a split second before you left. So to everybody else, it's like nothing happened. But you take psychic damage
Oh no.
to the tune of 12. points of damage.
I turn around and look at Omen, and I have the same blood coursing down my face and like wide, scared eyes.
Yeah. But I give her like the resolute nod. It's like, okay, we know about it. Now we're gonna fix it.
Yeah. And you're still on your feet? Great.
Thanks to that long rest.
Yes.
Hey.
All right. Then we jump to certainty.
Well, you told me this thing is bad,
It's
so
incredibly bad.
I'm
yes.
gonna hop over there and vomit my ice cream on him and cone of cold.
Great.
Oh, good idea.
That way I'm not using spell slots, but I'm still doing damage.
Great
So
idea.
yeah,
See, this is what I'm talking
I
about.
float over.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's actually a dope spot right
right
here.
Yeah, I walk over now that my little mushroom friends are safe. I don't want them to see this side of me. And there's like a little, I think the way Crawford described it, is a cold/warm feeling at the nape of my skull.
Yeah.
And
There's
I
something in
just,
there.
I released that
Let it go.
cone of cold
Bring it out.
on it.
and it gets a
hopefully,
saving throw, correct?
yes, it does.
Ooh, it rolled badly.
Well, this is great news, Chris.
Good. So it's going to take 8d8. I wrote this.
What the?
8d8 cold damage on a failed save.
Spells are baller.
Roll those
Well, yeah,
8
they're like
Oh,
this
there's
is why
so
you
many
become a
8d8s.
wizard, right?
Okay, so 3. 1, that's 4. 1, that's 5. 4, that's 9, right? Yeah. 3, that's 12. 7, 19. 7, so it's just warming up. 26.
One more.
6.
Nice.
32.
32 points
Holy
of
smokes.
frost damage. I just
Nicely
Yeah, you
done.
absolutely blast the crap out of this thing with this ice, and it is not happy.
Shadow cloaked
Yes.
stars.
So you actually
Yes.
hit it. That's good.
You're just sort of shredding through it with this hail and these blistering icicles and all kinds of crazy stuff. And yeah, it is gravely, gravely wounded by that, but still alive.
but wounded.
Yes, wounded for sure.
Exactly.
And then I
can
do
breathe.
this and just say, Bobby, get this down.
It's,
The
I told
other,
you.
the other thing you
Nine.
notice is when it takes damage for an instant, Bobby, you are not inside Jim. You're like caressing him.
What?
You are outside of him, basically hugging him and like,
Feeling up on him?
yeah, basically,
as
yes.
he takes damage, and then I'm back
as the bad guy takes damage, yes. It's like for an instant, the illusion is gone.
Illusion.
A different reality.
Yeah. Because he is Jim, right?
And it's not like, it's almost like Bobby never shrunk down and went inside Jim at all.
Yeah. This is
Like there's,
disturbing.
and then it's gone, and then
is
then you're back
disturbing.
inside Jim.
So
Just like
instead of
feedback and
shouting
caressing.
at Bosley, I'm kind of doing it. I'm like, Bobby,
like-
it's weird,
Yeah.
it's gross, you're oiling him
It's
down.
like, it's
get
like
the,
as
get
you're,
the stone.
as you're tearing the fabric of this thing apart, reality is being.
don't like it. Maybe the stone is in his butt.
Do we
I
have,
guarantee it is.
Well, I'm
It's
still
in his
small.
astral butt.
when you say reality is showing through, do we have a sense that like that was the real reality, or we don't know?
No, you have no idea which is the real reality.
Then when I was outside of him, was he Jim or was he still
was
this dragon?
Jim.
Okay.
Just hugging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just hugging. Yeah, exactly.
Got one leg up.
Yeah.
Cuddle. Love a cuddle.
See.
But he's a dragon still, and so that certainty's turn. Jim,
I will slither over. Is that thing prone after the cone of cold?
it got up. No, it wasn't knocked prone by the cone.
Oh, okay.
Prone by the cone.
I would like to try to just slam it down on the ground with my dragon leg and spit Bobby into its face.
Yeah.
All right.
Dude, that's really. So
Yeah, just like
just pin him down.
yeah. And I'm like letting Bobby out, and then I suck Bobby back in, and I
Like a
spit
loony.
Bobby back out a little bit. Like it's almost to his face, and I'm like,
I'm gonna be holding my little tiny axe. Like,
yeah,
You're gonna get there.
yeah. And then,
This is the best breath weapon.
You're lucky I had milk today.
All right, the Bobby breath weapon. All right, so you breathe Bobby on him. Bobby, I'm going to let you make a free attack
Nice.
on Jim's turn.
Hit him in his handsome face.
war pick. Let's see.
You just got like your tongue wrapped around his like
Yeah.
legs, so you can reel him back
Oh, that's
in.
nice.
13.
Plus
plus
your plus 5.
plus
you
5.
can't
Yeah,
lose.
sorry.
18 is a
18,
hit.
18. Boom. And then we go with this deal here, and I wasn't raged out.
Yep.
So 4.
I got
Plus
good
5
news for you.
is 9.
Plus your flaming.
With
Plus-
re-
+2.
There is a
11.
reality where this thing you're fighting is an object, so you crit it.
So 11, and then throw another. So that is a D8. Sorry.
All right.
+6.
All right.
17.
Well done.
Very nice.
And when you hit it, it feels like you're hitting obsidian.
Weird.
Way.
Oh, but you were probably actually hitting the core.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, can I just hug this thing and then we take it?
That would be a separate action.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you-
Hugging is
do
not
you
free,
share-
as we all know.
Do you say that out loud? Like, do
Yes.
we know? Okay.
It's
And actually,
obsidian.
you all hear when he strikes this starry
rings?
thing, it rings.
And I'm still so small.
Yes. Wee little deadly guy. All right, that takes us back to the top, and we're with Omen, with Evelyn on deck.
Now I'm just mad.
You should be.
Yeah. I run over toward him, and as I'm running over, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
Ooh.
behind him
Okay.
so that it strikes him from behind, which, in this context means, as a practical matter, that it's a D8. So I think that he actually rolls I actually roll like an attack, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I still have to hit him.
You do.
And it's +5 though, so that's good. Yeah, that's not as good as it could have been. 10? I don't know.
No.
All right, well, so do I hit myself? I don't know.
No, you're good.
I had a cool thing set up, and that's what I get for using my imagination. So I'm going to hit with the regular weapon now.
All right.
You've
So
heard-
this, and I'm sorry, what form does your spectral weapon take?
The spectral weapon, gosh, I mean, it used to, like, the Timoran one was all about the matriarchs of my family. My guess is that the Asmodean one is not quite as attractive.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like some creepy tentacle shit.
It's
Yeah.
God, I'll think
Or
about
it's
it
like
a little
a
bit.
devil's pitchfork or
It's
something.
yeah, no, it's. I think that it is. I think that it is hot. I think that it's probably just a skull.
Oh, okay.
I think that this weapon is just like a shrieking skull, and I'm going to use the maul on the other side of it, and then I think I also eat shit
Again.
on that one as
How
well.
is this bleeding though? So
Yeah.
I love his determination, though.
No,
He's just up there,
the
like,
vibe
blood.
is good, but we love to miss with all of our weapons.
It's also like he came up right in front of Evelyn, like,
I'm
I'll
gonna
do it.
watch this. I'm gonna do some cool shit. Nope.
Miss.
11 is
Yeah,
not,
it's a miss.
That's not how you hit the
Right.
four realm beasts. Okay.
So, Evelyn, you're up.
When Bobby explains it is the obsidian and says, like, just hug it, Evelyn totally buys that that's gonna work. And she knows that whenever the party determines that they're gonna do that, soon they leave. And so she's like, oh, we're gonna leave, but then she kind of turns, because you mentioned there's this, like, sun symbol wearing corpse over there, and she's like,
Gotta do it first.
she doesn't want to miss it. She thinks they're about to leave, so she's gonna go over and check this out.
Oh, okay.
that's fair.
You can see that this corpse was once a drow.
Interesting.
Most of the white hair is sort of matted down, so it was hard to tell at first. But you can tell it's a drow, but wearing the sun symbol. And
It's a wild ride.
That's impossible.
you can see that sort of tucked under her arm is a sort of a black leather covered book. And there's also a dagger made of sort of a weird kind of star metal-y substance.
We gotta get our mitts on that.
Yeah. And a scroll tube.
Grab the scroll
This
tube.
is treasure.
Before I do any of that, I first take a moment to do a blessing of Lathander for the dead. And then I say, thank you, sister, and immediately grab one.
It's fast.
Yeah,
So
so
you've got this holy symbol, the sun holy symbol.
I wear that immediately.
You've got a prayer book. You've got a scroll, and you've got a star metal dagger. Yeah,
Jeez.
Star metal dagger? What's that?
it's a weird kind of metal made from like comets and stuff.
Cool.
I suspect that a star metal dagger is probably a good weapon
Yeah.
against these far realm aberrations.
What
right?
is the sun but a star?
It's a fucking
Right?
It's a fucking star.
Brilliant.
Basically.
And you can see that there is a name on the inside of the prayer book.
What is it?
It is Kenthris Sunspell. So you got the goodies. That's Evelyn's turn, which takes us to Bobby. Now you've been reeled back into Jim's
Isn't it the
mouth.
bad guy's turn?
I'm back in.
It'll be after Bobby.
Oh, okay, so we got a chance here.
Can I just
Okay.
open my mouth and let him do whatever he needs to do?
Yeah. Okay, so
Run out of my mouth.
from Jim's tongue, yeah. The running start, I jumped back down. I've got the war pick, and I'm going to attack again from the heavens. So, as we have determined previously, coming from such a high height,
absolutely.
gravity is going to add to my attack.
It's your
in some
ally in
manner.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, using the surroundings in a non-impossible manner. So let's go. 17 plus 5. Does that hit?
That hits.
Okay, so
Jeez.
that's gonna crit.
It does hit.
Sorry. Dang, I did not rage. God.
You're not mad right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Hanging out in a
Feeling
glitter
good.
dragon.
You're cuddling
8
with
Yeah, you
Jim.
just keep flexing on these motherfuckers. It's fine.
and 5.
Okay.
It's 13 base.
13.
And then 2 fire. So that's 15.
And gravity
then
damage is another
gravity,
D6.
Boom. Gravity. Boom. And a 1. Okay, 16 damage.
And then all of our many pluses. Heaped atop the patty.
See that?
All right. So that's it. All good. All the
Well,
damage.
No,
I mean, that
you know
was
what I'm gonna do?
There was 16 just on the dice, though, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna do action surge. Because I was like, do I save it for when I'm raged up? But no, we'll go ahead and go. Boom, action surge. Run it back. Run it back.
Because that tells me that it didn't die, so
Yeah,
you should do it
exactly.
again.
Didn't die.
11 plus 5 is 16.
16 is a miss.
What?
That's a miss.
I make it hit.
What do you mean? Oh.
What?
Oh, how so?
War
With
priest.
the war god's blessing.
There we go.
So I see it come down, the first one, and I'm like, all right, if this is it, then it's it. Then we're gonna check out, and it's still fine. And then when I see this next one coming down, it's just like a little bit off, a little wild, right? And I'm just like, no, I don't think so. Just a tiny little shift to the left, oriented by Asmodeus toward this wicked foe, which even for him, he doesn't like these
Right.
guys. That's how fucked up these guys
I have
are.
a very important question.
Yeah.
When you do it for certainty, you never let her know that you
Never.
fixed it. Do you
Never.
tell Bobby that you
No,
fixed
no,
it?
I tell everybody. I did that.
Through the telepathic link.
I did that.
Nice, Huffman.
He missed. He missed. Yeah.
Oh, no!
No. Yeah, exactly. Think about that. It's like when you look back and you just saw one set of footprints.
That's when the devil was carrying you.
Yeah,
Hey, thanks.
Satan.
The devil was carrying you.
Thanks, boss.
All right, roll your
Hit.
damage.
Crit.
Oh my God, I'm
6
crying.
plus 1 is 7.
Yeah.
Plus 1 is 8.
8. One more.
Plus 1.
It's nice.
It's
Yes, yes.
9.
But
Okay.
what about all of our pluses that come? We love these pluses.
Yeah, from
Strength.
strength.
Strength, that's a plus.
It's a huge plus to
Yeah.
have strength. Yeah.
Strength is plus 5? What? Where,
So you get
3?
you get plus 3 on top
3.
of that.
Yeah.
It is still alive,
What the?
There's like
but
9
looking
things I
pretty
can
shaky.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
He's having a bad time. That's the main thing. I'm about to
shaky.
get annihilated, I think.
Okay.
Bobby,
Shit.
you are struck by the whip.
Okay.
You are shot through time and space. And as you fly up through space, you
Oh,
see
boy. What
fucked up shit do you see?
gigantic pictures pass by you.
Okay. That's the first one.
The first one is Jim with an octopus clamped around his head, covering his face.
Okay.
That's weird.
Octopus clamp syndrome.
Yeah.
OCS.
Maybe Jim's
It's not
into it.
funny. That's a real thing that happens.
Call today and give me
The
a pledge.
second
Would you please?
is Certainty impaled on an iron fence
Whoa.
that looks like musical notes.
I told her not to climb on that.
Yeah.
You try to raise your kids right.
She's headstrong. Don't climb on those
Okay.
razor sharp musical note
You
fences.
see one that is Evelyn, but the picture is drawn so that her image looks like it's fractured, like in a broken mirror.
Okay.
And there are different expressions of her on each shard.
Okay.
And some of them are quite unnerving, particularly given Evelyn's,
Yeah.
General
Brand.
general
Free,
character.
frankly.
Yes. Exactly. Then you see a picture of Omen as a sad clown. With a,
Tell me it's on velvet.
No,
With a-
tell me it's on velvet, and also like the flowers are like drooped.
Yes, the flowers are drooped. He's got a blue nose, and his pockets are turned inside out.
Oh shit, man, that's rough stuff.
Wow,
Is
See,
this
poor
like
Anne.
that? Is this like that? But doctor, I have woman.
Yeah, exactly. But also at the same time, it's like that's how you know it's like far realm crazy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Because these pockets stay fat.
And
so
then
it's like
the
you know what I
last
mean?
image is of you, Bobby, in a suit with a monocle
Ooh, rich boy.
Hey,
and a straw sticking out of your head.
wow,
Whoa.
delicious.
Drinking straw.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna
drinking
drink your
straw.
brain.
Yum.
Okay.
That's Elfin shit for sure.
And
Y'all
then-
need to work on the Haunted Mansion ride. They need to call you.
Exactly. It's great. Every season there should be fresh
And then
birds.
you're not in space anymore. You're on this crappy wooden stage with this stark spotlight that manages to find you eventually because you're this big
But Bobby, this
in
is
front
your
of this
bag.
audience of aberrations. And you feel the need to perform
Okay.
What do you got?
for your survival.
I am going to use my crossbow. I'm going to aim it at the spotlight.
Oh.
I'm going to shoot it out.
That's a great solution.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll with the crossbow.
That's the best though. Like honestly, that's the coolest outcome.
But I declare, good night! And then miss horribly with the
It's
crossbow.
a one.
Yes.
It's a
You like
One.
shoot the guy who's actually operating it.
Yes.
And it stays perfectly.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
And they love it, right? Because I assume he falls to the crowd.
They do like death.
Yeah.
No, he just says, "You shot me" in some language you don't understand. All right. And so the crowd is just staring at you, waiting to see if there's some sort of follow-up or
Oh yeah, you
encore.
said
Yeah.
good night and the lights on.
I did.
Oh
And the light's still on.
It's pretty
Yeah, it's
aberrant to say goodnight and then have the lights still on.
What's sitting in the front row directly in front of me?
I'm gonna say there's like a couple mind flares.
Hey, you guys come here tonight?
You get it?
Sir, Mrs. Mindflayer?
They're sort of dressed for the occasion. One's wearing sort of a velvet vest, and the other one's wearing a tweed.
Is there anything with ears?
Ears, God, that's kind of an anomaly among
Yeah.
aberrant
Or
kind.
excuse me, I'll rephrase. Is there anything with holes in front of me?
Yes, there are plenty of holes in front of you.
Yeah. Good luck.
Are they close enough where I can run and jump and like dive into one from the stage?
Whoa.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
What I want to attempt to do is jump into one of the holes and then tunnel my way through the top of the skull and like ta-da to everyone around.
Like a cake.
Yeah, like happy birthday.
Go ahead and
Covered
make
with grizzle.
a dexterity acrobatics check as you fling yourself off the stage.
Okay.
And you hear some of the others going, "Whoa, this is gonna be cool."
I rolled a 2.
A 2. Huh?
He's bombing.
Just trip right on the edge.
This is not going.
Maybe they like that though.
Yeah.
If you fall down.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
All right, so you just kind of fall off the stage. That's the worst.
And the light is right.
The light's not on you anymore.
not moving,
because it's
it's dead.
just on the stage.
Yeah.
You just gotta go and walked off
Bare
the stage.
stage.
Yeah, bare stage, and they just sort of stare at it, and somebody in the back just goes. But you are shot back to here a split second before you actually left, and you'll take full psychic damage.
Oh no.
So let's see what that amounts to.
It hurts bad in my experience.
19 points of psychic damage.
Wowza.
This is what I'm talking about. And did you go wild on those melons?
Yeah, I got full healed.
Okay, good.
Took a long rest.
And so that was on its turn, which brings us to certainty.
Okay.
Cleanup crew.
I mean, I'm gonna try. It's still alive.
It is, but it looks very unstable.
It looks unstable. I don't know if I want to use any more of these crazy wish spells, or if these souped up spells, or should I just use a normal spell? Because
If he is unstable, I mean, the only question is like how much longer do the
It does seem to be siphoning arcane magic
see,
Yeah.
that you cast.
Oh, for sure. I'm just saying that the math is how many more turns do we want to endure this thing versus.
okay, all right. I'm gonna do a big brain play then. recognizing it's an object, I'm gonna cast Shatter.
Yep.
Shock him. Shock him.
Okay. It rolled pretty well on its save. So yeah, roll 19. So it's, it got a 22 on its save, so it's going to take half as much damage.
Okay.
Now you could
Oh,
level
no,
this
creatures made of inorganic material
Oh, I'm sorry.
have a disadvantage on their saving.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking Shatter would be good.
It failed.
It failed. Okay.
So 3d8.
3d8.
And then after this, I'm going to tell you why what you've done is horrible. But don't think about that right now. Right now, just enjoy it.
I'm having an Inuyasha moment.
Let's see those dice in that
I'm
tray.
having an Inuyasha
Let's see those
moment.
dice in the tray and let's
I'm
all...
gonna destroy the
Everybody, I want-
Shikon
Let's put that energy over here.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Where
Never
she
mind
does
if
the foot
she
thing
shatters
and
the
then
thing
it,
we're trying to collect.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Don't worry about
Don't worry
the
about that.
particularities of that.
That's a 6.
That's a great number. Yeah, we love that.
That's another 6.
You know what?
Do it,
Ayo, the number
Do it.
that
Do it. Do it. Do it.
That's a
Oh,
7.
7.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now,
So that's 19.
yeah, so each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point
Yeah.
must make a Constitution saving throw.
Why?
So that's how Shatter works.
That's
Yeah, but you're not in a 10-foot sphere.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm not.
I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like
you are.
How are?
I feel like I'm up this thing's ass.
yeah,
Omen is
he's-
right
he's-
next to
He's
you.
right next to it.
Okay.
And I'm like on his chest.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Omen and Bobby, go ahead and make your
just
Constitution
go ahead
saving
and-
throws.
it's
good.
fine. You're
Here we
not
go.
gonna take 19
good.
damage.
right? Here, I'm just gonna do a real quick one here.
This is why you
9.
don't get these spells right away.
Yeah, it's not normally something.
Yeah, you need to get
See,
a
but here's the
license
thing.
for this shit.
I don't think he remembered that until you pointed out. You just pulled a Jasmine.
This is what I'm saying.
That's why I'm giving him inspiration.
I thought you
That's
would
fair.
enjoy it.
I did. You know what? I like that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I don't. I rolled a 6.
Okay. So the two of you will also take the damage.
Yes, and how much was it?
19.
Yeah, I'm annihilated.
I'm asleep. I go Betty Bye on his nipples.
Knock them both out.
I'm taking a nap.
Here's
Yeah.
the good thing. You took all 3 of them out.
Oh, so this makes me feel like I succeeded. I'm gonna act like I did it on purpose.
Yeah.
This creature just sort of collapses into an obelisk chunk
Oh,
that just lies and just goes tumbling off and falls on Omen's back.
and I say to Jim, I say, "Oh my God! It killed itself and our friends."
What a monster! I'm probably Jim again, right?
You are Jim again.
Can you believe it? It took him out in its death throes. How horrible is that?
I've seen it happen before, though, so I believe
With
you.
great frequency.
it's a good thing we have all these ripe melons.
And Evelyn, you didn't see that, so as far as you're concerned, this
Yeah,
story
that
As far as
sounds
you're
right.
concerned,
Yeah.
it's hideous lies.
I killed it, and it said, "I'm gonna take your dad and your best friend with me," and it killed them. But I had to do it.
I grab
had
a bunch of melons.
I had to, Evelyn. It was horrible. It was like, if
so
you
glad you were
destroy
here.
me, I'll destroy your bestie and your dad. And I was like, I have to do it. I was crying.
You're so strong.
And I destroyed him, but now my dad's dead. It's horrible. That's it. Wake up.
We have you to thank. I roll Omen over unceremoniously and squeeze melon juice into his mouth.
Oh, very good.
Can you find me? Because I'm tiny and I can't talk.
Oh, what, are you still Tiny Jim transformed?
Yeah, it was an illusion,
Tumbled
right?
down in between some mushrooms.
Yeah, we'll fish you out. I could also just stop casting the spell.
Just stop. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fair.
So you're normal size
I just
now.
growing.
Yeah.
So you're like
Here.
over here.
Yeah.
So that sort of wellspring of magic that the two of you are feeling, that subsides as well.
Oh, it have to come down.
It was good.
I'm gonna
times,
need
though.
twice as much
So
magic
then
just to feel the same high.
Yeah. Now, so then the spell definitely dissipates because I don't have it anymore.
Well, I'll throw some melons on Bobby.
Yeah.
Just put them on there.
Yeah, I want to squeeze a couple.
Crack
Osmosis.
open.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and heal yourself up with Now, some of you already had melons, right?
I'm not having more melon.
should
I'm
we
just
let you
giving
do
melon to
it?
Bobby.
I've never done it yet.
Okay. You haven't taken a
melon's
melon
free.
yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
but-
my
I ate
first.
one
This is
earlier.
my first.
Okay. So
the
there's
first
a
time.
chance something bad could
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So 2d4,
2d4 plus 3.
which is good. Shit, yeah. 9 HP.
Nice.
1 plus 3 is 4, and that's Oh, sorry, so 7.
And also,
Guys, you
I
heal up to
can't.
7.
Honestly, I can't see anything bad happening. Just, you know what I mean?
Don't
what are the
speak it into
chances? You know what I mean?
existence.
It might be
Dude.
worth the bad thing to get our health up. Like getting
You know what I
health
mean?
is.
And we're going to
That's
touch
great.
this rock and leave, right?
Absolutely.
And Bobby, can you roll percentile dice for me?
Yeah.
Roll good.
See if some
This one and
random
this one,
effect
right?
occurs.
Don't roll bad, roll good.
Okay.
Too much melon.
C perk, a mere 39.
You're okay because you hadn't
only
had a
had
melon.
one.
Oh,
You're
it's,
not a
oh, it's
glutton.
only
It's
it's
only
only
if you
it's only
start-
these
You eat too
multi-melon.
Yes,
Multi-melaners.
Yeah.
126.
you're fine.
Okay.
I should have some more melon too. I don't feel very good.
We could just heal you.
Oh, okay.
So that way you don't.
But melons they're right
They're
here.
natural.
Yeah, but you got sick last time.
I just had a nap.
see, that
Can't
is
you just
true.
can't you just heal her a little bit?
Touch the chunk.
Wait, before we do.
Well, what
I
about all
take
the
it
other
to the now dissipated honey hut.
Oh yeah.
Everything's okay. We fixed everything, and really, one of you should just like be. You should be self-governed or something.
Yeah, I say form an anarcho-syndicalist commune. Share the wealth, share the responsibilities. Create a situation
They're
where
hinging on every word.
yeah,
I mean, you're just like,
I see it's very, very straightforward. Obviously, as a general purpose, I try not to found organizations like this because it makes it difficult to manipulate the participants. But what I would suggest for your case, in this very specific instance that I am not a part of,
in the middle of this,
is-
Evelyn comes over with a hanky to wipe the blood off your face.
yeah. I say, listen, essentially, after a certain point, you guys can determine the length of time that the executive has this role, right? But this is something that has to be shared. It's a responsibility, right? It's not a reward. It's a responsibility. The rewards are shared, and so is the responsibility, right? I would suggest something on the term of maybe 3 to 6 months, just while you're getting started out, while you're creating the situation.
These are dire times, and
Yeah.
sometimes in emergent situations, you kind of have wartime responsibility, wartime powers that you grant to someone. I would consider your giant palace is busted, your god has died. I
Exactly.
think like this would constitute some type of emergency
Yeah,
situation.
I say, you know what, and I'm gonna help. It's you.
You just point at one of them.
You sort of point into the mass, and
Yeah, I mean,
some of them sort of split out of the way because they're not sure if they're pointing at you.
No,
and you sort of like
no, they just
identify
keep
this.
running around. It's
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
no, stop. Stop.
You.
You.
Yes, you with the red cap.
That's it. Use the hat. It's you, buddy. Congratulations. I kneel down. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, the other ones just sort of kind of kneel down to him.
No,
bow before
Come
him.
on,
No, that's no,
come
no.
on.
They look at you like, what?
No,
No,
you
that's
don't
not
gotta
it.
do that. Just
No,
Yeah.
no.
because the real thing is you guys actually have the power. This is your servant. This is a
exactly.
civil servant.
Metaphorically, he's bowing to you.
He's bowing to you.
His service.
Because his job is to create a society
starting
and
to
make
think-
decisions
I'm
that
starting to
benefit all
One of them will
you.
sort of hand his little basket of puffballs to the new leader.
That's right.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
You're not sure if it's a gesture of homage or if it's like, you have to carry my stuff now.
Yeah.
They all make him bow to them. He's the only one.
I say, well, we did a good job here.
I think we fixed it.
I think it's gonna have lasting
think we
effects. You know what I mean?
it, Dad?
Right here.
we fixed
All right.
another one.
We fixed another one.
Should we ask him if there's anything that we should check out before we leave?
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, we have a day here.
Some of your pharmaceuticals are very popular in our realm. If you want to establish some type of trade link, we would
We'll be
love
back.
to open that conversation with
We'll
you
be
all.
back.
Now that
We'll be
I am
back.
the official
Yeah.
diplomat of wherever fungus land.
You know they cultivate a variety of different fungi. Many of them just are like have natural properties.
these are-
Some of them are
Well,
poisonous. and
yeah, absolutely.
there's a market for that too.
No, but there's a lot of traditional entheogens
Yeah.
right here in this
Yep.
in this bizarre grove.
The closest you are to living is 2 seconds before you die.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Wow.
I love
I
that.
would like to lick one of the mushrooms.
One of the guys.
Real quick before we leave, I just want to
Oh my God.
All right. Make a saving.
like it starts off as just like a hug and then
It's right on the cap.
Shit, right where the tape.
Are you looking at the leader? Is this
Yeah,
the,
right
the,
on
the
his
new
cap.
the new leader?
right on the mushroom
Just-
cap.
Right up top.
Let's
seal
do a
the deal.
Constitution saving throw.
19.
All right. Yes. You lick it.
Good. You look right.
Hey, did you just marry a mushroom?
Yeah.
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 Mushroom Mary.
All right. So it has no adverse effect on you whatsoever.
Okay.
Does it have any positive
Is there any
effects?
positive effects?
Oh, I'll tell you what. Roll percentile dice.
Is your spouse coming with us now?
Yeah,
The rest of the
exactly.
time?
My spells?
Spouse.
Oh, my
You just got
spouse.
married.
No, this was just a one-time thing. We were only here for a day, and
Yeah.
I don't even know his name, honestly. 81?
I mean, obviously they meant something to each other. He doesn't just lick anybody.
Yeah.
He doesn't do that. Not
But you know,
generally.
who am I to tell him how to live?
Yeah, exactly. Or how to lick. Or who to lick.
I got a different mushroom
Lick
in
and
every
let lick.
dungeon.
I'm the fucking mycelium.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so nothing apparent seems to happen at first. Then when you look back at your friends, they all look like they're mushroom people.
Nice. Yes. All right.
Stubby finger.
I'm not going to tell them that.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
happened to them.
Yeah.
This will last a while.
Fair enough.
Can I take a moment to examine the treasures I got now that I have them?
Yes.
What does the star metal dagger do? Is it a normal dagger?
It's basically a normal dagger for you. It's made so that it doesn't decay or corrode in the Underdark.
Is it magical?
And, yes, it has the effect of a +1 dagger.
Awesome. I was hoping. And then I'm gonna take a look at that scroll.
Yes, it is a scroll of revivify.
Can I use that? I think a wizard has to, right?
It is a cleric spell.
Yeah, it's a holy.
Yeah, it's a.
I could.
Cleric.
I mean, I have revivify, but
Yeah.
can I use a spell to cast, or a scroll to cast a spell?
There is a chance of failure.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna keep that because I
Okay.
like revivify.
Yeah.
I have used that in the past
It's a
before I
keeper.
was a weakling.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then the prayer book. What is?
it's a non-magical book of prayers that this dead drow had basically gathered, and you can see they all have to do with teachings very similar to what the prayers you learned as a Lathanderite.
Yeah. In this impossible realm, I think that she basically had to rebuild a Lathander church from scratch.
There's also, as you're flipping through, there's some notes and annotations indicating that she spent her entire life living in the Underdark, but dreamed of seeing the sun. And she was on a journey to the surface when her
this is
last
the
entry cut
sister-
short.
This is the sister shit. This
So
is
she
nice.
never saw the sun.
But she still saw Lathander, which is what's
Yes.
banging.
That's
Yes.
so
Like that's
true.
actually deeply legit.
I think Evelyn is also saying like she never saw the sun, and then you say, but she saw Lathander, and Evelyn looks up at you with like tears in her eyes. That's so true. And I have her holy symbol. There's no magical properties of that,
Correct.
right? So I'm just gonna say I'll bring it to the surface.
Well, honestly, like I bet that she's got unique wisdom, like applicable to the church.
Yeah.
This is deeply fly.
This is a relic.
It is absolutely it's a sacred relic, and now you're its keeper. So, all right, I tell everybody to buckle up, and I put my hand right on the rock.
Junk touch.
Chunk toucher.
Touch her.
Annihilating headache, and you are elsewhere.